there's a shit stain in these. Like, why would you send me this? This is disgusting. You're not even trying. You clearly don't really want the item, because like, you coming in with 50% off is crazy work. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a good old ship with me. Now, my sales weren't that great. However, it was a few pieces that I wanted to talk about, so that's why I decided to go ahead and film this video. My sales are picking back up very slowly but surely. Poshmark is the one that really died on me in December, and going by all the people that I follow on Instagram, it also died for them as well. So I'm assuming Poshmark was playing with the algorithm or something, because there's no way that it's this many people. But of course, you know, holidays and all the things. As far as eBay goes, I think I remember telling y'all in a shipping shop that I started a sale. I think I started to sell like on the 21st. Whichever one was a Friday, so either the 20th or the 21st. On eBay, I did a 25% off, and I'll be completely honest with y'all, I think I should have extended it, just because these are older items and it's nice to kind of flush them out. Anyways, but like I was trying to say is that the analytics on eBay, I noticed that they are dropping lower, which is a good thing, because before I think I was at like 20% for impressions, where I was down, and then now I'm like at 7%. So I feel like I need to keep the momentum going, just because if Poshmark is going to slowly pick back up, I want it to be kind of like a relay race where they kind of pass the baton, because I would prefer to sell more on Poshmark than I would on eBay. It's just something about eBay that just annoys the shit out of me. But that was the longest intro. I feel like I've been doing that lately. I'm sorry. I have so much to talk about, and I haven't filmed a vlog in a little while, so that's on me. But anyway, so for starters, my gross profit this weekend was $697.26. My net profit was $565.03. I did sell 24 items. One was a bundle. I did make 14 sales on eBay, 5 on Poshmark, 4 on Mercari, 1 on 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂. What's so funny is because I did like a wrap up on my Instagram, and I said I had 8 sales on Poshmark, but that wasn't the case. So I don't know where the 8 came from 5, but yeah. All right, we're gonna start on eBay first, just because it's the platform I have the most, and then we're gonna work our way to the end. And unfortunately, a lot of these items, maybe like 4, I could not find. I'm in the process of rearranging my inventory, so it was hard for me to find those, so I have to go back today and look for them. So I will just be popping them up on the screen, but everything else is here. And I got everything. Nothing was missed. Yeah, nothing was missed. I got everything. But for starters, we're gonna start with this. This really wasn't a brand pickup. This was more of a style-based pickup. I think I actually talked to you guys about this in a haul, but this one flipped very quickly from a full awesome price. The brand is called Sunny Lee, and this was definitely a style-based pickup. I did use, you know, a nice amount of keywords to get this one to sell, and it did. So we absolutely love that. I have not slowed down on my style-based pickups. I have been noticing some perform a lot better than others, so I've been taking note of that and trying to pick up less of what doesn't sell and more of what sells. So of course, you know, sooner or later some of these trends definitely die down, so you want to be on top of the game and not be left with a lot. So it's good to not keep sourcing things that aren't moving, because then you'll be left with too much, and we don't want that. But this one actually sold for my full asking price, like I told y'all, of $24.99, and I paid $1.23 at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $19.46 after fees and cost of goods. And honestly, I'd pick this up again for sure. Definitely a good little style-based piece. All right, so this next piece is I wouldn't even want to say it's a new to me brand. I've never heard of it. It's called Sanger Harris. And it's just like this really, really, really beautiful, high quality, like blazer open front coat. Now when I felt it, I'm like, I've never felt this before. It absolutely does not feel like wool. So after doing like more like researching, I noticed that this was actually 100% like pure goat suede, or Persian goat suede, excuse me. And of course it's incredibly sad that a goat had to die for this, but I ended up picking it up, even though it was a little bit heavy. It's very heavy actually. But I was just like, you know what, I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab it anyways, because I do think this is gonna perform. So after checking, you know, comps and trying to do more extensive research on it, I had noticed that I can get over $50 for this. So I did price it like at 80 something on Poshmark. And what's so funny is that a lady came in and she literally asked me like 6 to 5 different questions. She told me that her mom owned something similar to this, and then she proceeded to lowball me at like $40. And then, of course, y'all know I automatically decline anything that is over 50% off, because I feel like you're not even trying. You clearly don't really want the item, because like you coming in with 50% off is crazy work. So I declined. She came back and she was like, oh, I'm only sending a lower offer because I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it. So then I'm like, well, there's measurements provided in the listing. So like, move around with that stupid ass reason to lowballing people. So anyways, so she ended up leaving. The item she unliked it, because I guess that upset her when I declined. I think she sent another offer, but it was only for like a few more dollars. So then I sent her my lowest, which was I think like 70 or something around that. And she ended up declining, and then she unliked it. And then I want to say maybe a week or two passed by, and mind you, all of her comments was still left on the item. She came back to like it again. So it's just like, girl, like, make up your mind. But anyways, I said all that to say this actually sold on eBay. So I don't know if it was by the same person or what, but y'all know I told you I was running a 25% off sale on eBay. So somebody got this for a really good deal. It sold for $56.23, and honestly, this brand says Dallas, so I'm assuming it's made in Texas. So somebody in Utah actually bought this. But yeah, this one sold for $56.23. I did pay $1.41 for it, and I made a profit of $44.29 after fees and cost of goods. That was a pretty good flip. All right, so this is a Fabletics, like, I don't know, like a tunic sweater hoodie situation. I know people kind of like talk about Fabletics, but I still pick up Fabletics. I pick up, I guess since I shop at the Vans, I'm able to pick up these brands that everybody don't like to pick up, and then I just, you know, sell them for the price point that will work for them and the price point that works for me, and then we're all happy. Y'all already saw the video where I talk about how I run my business. And it really works. Like, I mean, you don't have to be like me or anything, but I'm just saying, like, if you really want, do I have a larger thing? But yeah, if you really want like your things to flip and you shop at the Vans, you gotta think, you know, like a buyer. Of course, do your research prior, just to make sure that it's gonna work for your business model and your time too. So I always pick it up, but it has to be like something good. I think before I used to pick up just about everything, even if it was like faded or anything like that. I don't pick stuff up like that anymore. This thing is long. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, so I sold this one for $22.49. I think I had this price close to $30, just because I knew that it could flip for at least $25. But this one sold for $22.49. I paid $1 for it, and I made a profit of $17.16 after fees and cost of goods. This one is a company branded jacket. It is Chick-fil-A, and this one is just a windbreaker with like a fleece lining on the inside and some pockets. Hopefully I'll take a photo of that. I pick up, you know, these companies. I think I heard about it from another reseller I used to be subscribed to, and he, you know, talked about these company items, and I started to source them, and you'll learn over time what to pick up and what not to pick up, but you really want to do more research before you even buy it. I think for me, what I have to overcome is that just because somebody says something does not mean it's Bible. So you do still have to do your own part by checking and see if the item that you picked up is actually worth, you know, flipping. And a lot of those pieces were. And of course I checked this one, and I just felt like this was gonna do well just because it was a larger size. It is a more, you know, substantial piece. And yeah, it actually did pretty good. It didn't even sit for a long time. I feel like I picked this up in December and it sold in December. So that's a great thing. I don't know if this is gonna fit in the bag. I'm gonna have to stuff this a little bit. But yeah, this one sold for $24.74, which was that 25% off. And I did pay $1.02 for it, and I made a profit of $19 even on this item. Let me know down below if y'all pick up like company branded items. I think it's my first time picking up Chick-fil-A. I think I picked up a lot of AT&T and T-Mobile, but never really like this type of stuff. Picked up, I think it's a company called Hot Chili. I picked up some of their branded merch. I picked up some of Hooters, Amazon. Amazon, I feel like it's probably not a good thing to pick up just because it's super oversaturated. Anyways, this one was another fun piece. This is a Banana Republic women's blazer. This one was a size 14, and I believe it's wool, and this one was still being sold on their website, so I did price this one high. And of course, when I checked comps too, I noticed that the other people that had theirs listed was priced high as well. So I made sure that I got pretty close to what I wanted for it and then what it could actually sell for, because I don't really like my items to sit for too long. So I try not to like undercut the market severely, but I try to be realistic with my pricing, because I feel like a lot of the times we can get a little bit blinded by comps, and then we'll price ourselves out of a sale. So I try not to do that. But this one, I knew that I was gonna have to wait for the right buyer, because Banana Republic is not really a brand that I get a lot for. So I knew that I was gonna have to sit for a little bit, because this one was priced a little bit higher than typical pieces from the brand. Yeah, so I would 1000% pick this one up again. This one had a specific style name as well. This one did sell for $48.73. This is also 25% off. And I did pay $1.23 for it, and I made a profit of $39.59 after fees and cost of goods. This one sat for forever. This is a Smartwool women's quarter zip. Actually, no, this is a full zip. I picked this one up at a regular thrift store a very long time ago, and it just now sold. And I say very long time ago, I want to say like it was earlier this year. I need to look. Hold on. Smartwool is a great brand. I did price this one high when I first listed it, just because at the time, almost a year ago, these were definitely going for over $40 to $50. So this one was a size large and it was in women. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I know for a fact I can get, you know, around that. So I think I did price this like at $55, because I really wanted 40 minimum. And that just didn't happen. It got relisted and relisted, and it kept getting likes. And then I have recently found a quarter zip of Smartwool, but it was a size small. That one literally came in and flipped within a week for $36. And I was just kind of shocked, because we all talk about how size small in women just does not perform the way larger sizes do. So I was really just annoyed, because I'm just like, girl, what is taking so long? But it eventually sold, and we love that. And like I said, it wasn't flawed, so that's also a, you know, a great thing, because typically all Smartwool, not all, but most base layers have a hole in them, because it is merino wool. People typically don't mind it, but you know, that does drop the value down a little bit. But yeah, so this was sold for $36.72, and I did pay $2.83 for it at the regular thrift store, and I made a profit of $28.02 after fees and cost of goods. And honestly, I pick this brand up all the time. I think I've been able to source sweaters, what is it called? Scarves. I think I picked up sports bras, all in this brand, and yeah, always pick it up. I think when it has a hole, I'll have to like second guess myself, but for the most part, I always pick it up. Okay, this is a cashmere sweater from a brand called Club Room. Definitely not a brand you want to be on the lookout for. This was definitely a fabric-based pickup, and it was a men's, so I felt like it was gonna perform well. It didn't have any flaws to it, so I grabbed it. Like I told y'all plenty of times, cashmere just hasn't been performing the way that I assumed it was gonna perform. But like most cashmere before this year was going for over $30, even like the super basic brands. But you know, I mean, granted, it probably could if you wait for the right buyer. But I've had this one listed for a very long time. So this one took a while to get out the door. I was happy to see that it sold. And honestly, this is just not probably a really great style. I don't see many men wearing v-neck sweaters, so that could be a thing too. Maybe it's pretty dated. This one sold for $22.48. I did pay 95 cents for it, and I made a profit of $19.27 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is actually a men's Levi's Sherpa jacket. I initially picked this up and I thought it was women's, but it wasn't, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, so I picked it up, and then I got it home, and then I saw that it had like a few minor, really minor stains. And I'll be honest with you, looking back on it, I really could have just got a damp cloth and just tapped it in. And then somebody recently asked me, can the stains come out? And I told them I'm not sure, because if I would have told them yes, and then they would have tried to get the stains out, and then the stains wouldn't come out, easy return. So I told them I didn't know. That's probably was the best bet, because honestly, people that ask these questions, they already are ready. They already try to get you caught up. So I said I didn't know. So then at that moment, I said, in my mind, I was like, the lowest I'm gonna go is 25. Next thing I know, I received a message that say, hey, since I don't know if the stains can come out, can you do 25? And I said, absolutely. So then I went on and sent them the offer. They accepted it. I'm happy with it. I did get this from the bins. These generally are supposed to go for about $40. And this just goes to show, if you just kind of take a moment, assess the item. I'm talking to myself because y'all probably do it. I really could have made an additional, you know, 15 bucks, because those could have been, you know, easy fixes. But I chose not to, because I'm always like, I gotta get a lister, I gotta get a lister, I gotta move it, gotta move it. I don't know if this is gonna fit, child. That might be a, oh no, that's gonna fit. I think these are 14 by 19. I think so. I have all of my shipping supplies linked down below on my Amazon storefront. I do use the free, you know, priority for Poshmark's orders though. But for everything else, I have it linked. Y'all know I'm a cheapskate, so I get the cheapest options for packaging on Amazon. But this one sold for $25. I did pay $1.44 for it, and I made a profit of $20.71 after fees and cost of goods. Okay, let me move on to the packaged items. This is a pair of women's express pants. These, you know, are easy $20 flip for the most part. Unfortunately, these went for a little bit lower because they were the good old 25% off. I feel like most of my sales on eBay, not even most, all of them, will be 25% off, just because I told you I was running that sale. This one actually sold for $17.99. I did pay $1.01 for it, and I made a profit of $13.17 after fees and cost of goods. Okay, this is a t-shirt by Logo by Lori Goldstein, I want to say. I don't know about this brand. I just picked it up because it was like a 3X, and that was the only reason why. And it had pockets, so very, you know, lag and look vibes. So I grabbed it. I didn't price it high because I knew that it wasn't going to sell for that much. So this one sold for $14.96. I did pay $1.55 for it, and I made a profit of $9.99 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this is a diesel t-shirt. I have went back and forth with this. I kind of don't even know why I picked it up, just because it is pretty faded. But I picked it up because of the brand. I didn't price it high for that very reason. And I was hoping that it was men's, but after doing like, you know, measurements, I'm like, this is definitely not a men's, this is a women's. So this one only went for $17.23. I did pay $1.37 for it, and I made a profit of $12.49 after fees and cost of goods. All right, and then the last thing to sell on eBay was this J. Crew sweater. I had this one listed not too long, maybe like a month and a half. It got a lot of attention on it, and what I realized is that it's a little nasty habit. So I definitely slowed down doing it because I found myself being annoyed when I was in the position to look for items. So what I did was this go around, even in the spring, when I had like a linen or a cashmere piece, I would specifically put linen or cashmere right after women's. Now if it was 100%, I would put 100% cashmere, 100% linen. But if it even had like 10% cashmere, I would pick cashmere in the beginning, just because it is a sought after fabric content around this time, which is not the best, because when I was looking for a cashmere sweater, I wanted a 100% cashmere sweater. I kept finding some and I'm like, oh, cool, cool, cool. And then I look and I see the content was like 10%, and it's like, girl, be so fucking girl. So that's what I did with this one, and I think that's why a lot of people had liked it and they just never went through with it, even though I had it priced pretty low. It's just because it's not enough, you know, cashmere in it to put that so close to the front. But anyways, this one sold for $22.48. I did pay $1 for it, so I did make a profit of $18.49 after fees and costs. Oh, okay. These are going to be a few that I did not, you know, bring with me. So these are a pair of Spanx gray pants. I picked these up at the bins and I'm just like, oh, these are gonna do great. They're velour, they're size extra large. So these ended up selling for $26.23. I did pay $1 for them and I made a profit of $20.39 after fees and cost of goods. Another one was this loft white sweater. I actually recently sourced this, literally this month. And something that I've learned with doing the value-based selling is that some brands, even if they are like a great novelty, they still won't do that well. So you really have to be mindful of the price point that you price it, even if it does come off as like a really great style. But I did pick this up because I knew that at the very least I could sell it for $20. It was an extra large, and like I said, it was novelty. In my mind, since it's pretty cold in February, this would be a great Valentine's Day sweater. And yeah, this one sold for $14.99. I paid $1 for it and I made a profit of $10.88, which is not what I want. Y'all know I like a $15 net profit, but beggars can't be choosers. All right, so moving on to Poshmark. This was probably the most exciting pickup from the whole haul, or not pickup, but sale. So this one is a two-piece bundle. The first one is a pair of airy leggings, and the second one is some Lucky Brand sweatpants. I recently found out that Lucky Brand Y2K vintage Lucky Brand sweatpants do really well. So I went on and picked these up. What's so crazy is that I saw them in a picked over bin where I can tell somebody threw this back because they probably thought it was Johnny Was or something. And I'm like, wait, I could have sworn I've heard two resellers talk about vintage Y2K Lucky Brand doing well. So I went on and I checked very quick comps and it was doing amazing. So I was like, bet. So I priced them at $85 because I was expecting to get about $60 for them. This particular person had 3 items in their bundle and they ended up taking one out and they sent me the lowest of low balls. I think probably the lowest that they can go on Poshmark, which is like 85% off. And I was really annoyed, but I said, you know what? These are sweatpants. It's the winter time. Let me just counter. So I countered at what my absolute lowest would have been for these items, just because they were really good items. The Lucky Brand was going to do well, and I knew that minimum I wanted $20 for the American Eagle. So I ended up sending them a $95 offer. They actually accepted it. So yeah, that was not that bad. So I did pay $2.91 for the items collectively because I did get both of them at the Goodwill outlet. So I made a profit of $73.09 after fees and cost of goods. All right, next is this 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊 top. I feel like I recently hauled this, I want to say. I think so. And it's just like this cap sleeve top. This is actually a pretty great brand. It's very expensive retail. Depending on what you have, you could resell it for a decent amount. I've always found a lot of luck selling this brand in particular, out of all of like the super expensive like office brands like Theory and Vince and stuff like that. 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊, you know, does the best. But this one actually sold for $22. I didn't price it high because it's just a t-shirt. But I did pay 78 cents for it and I made a profit of $16.82 after fees and cost of goods. And the last piece on Poshmark was this 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊 like dog hoodie situation. What's so crazy about this is that I saw this in a bin, and y'all know I don't really pick up dog stuff anymore. I used to, but I completely stopped. But for some reason, since this was new with tags, I'm like, let me just look into it. And then I noticed that the sell-through rate on you know, 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊's pet like items was really good. So I'm like, great, mine is new with tags, even better. So I went on and took this one home, and this one didn't take long to sell. Unfortunately for me, this is why I couldn't stay on Auto-Posher. I think in a vlog I will talk more about it, but just as a quick synopsis, I had this one, you know, listed on Poshmark, and it sold on Poshmark, and literally within a couple of hours it actually sold on eBay for like the, what do you call it, for the 25% off. It was actually $5 more on eBay than it was on Poshmark. So I was so annoyed, because I'm just kind of like, why didn't they delist that? And I've been noticing a trend for some reason on everything on Mercari is not in sync with Auto-Posher, because y'all know I paid for it for the full month, so of course I'm still making it work because I paid for it. But I had already canceled it and all of that, so I got so frustrated, and I was gonna do, you know, what we all pretty much say is that I can get a ding on my account on eBay, so I'm just gonna, you know, cancel the one on Poshmark. However, I'm just like, that's unfair to the person that actually you know, bought the item on Poshmark. Even though I would have made like a couple more dollars on eBay, I'm just like, that's not fair. So I went to eBay and I went on and refunded them. Now I did it from my phone, and it didn't give me an option to say like out of stock or anything. So I don't know if that's like a thing that I can start doing now, where I just refund them, because I put refund and I put like other adjustments. I knew I wasn't tripping. It's a damn gnat. I'm over here thinking like, oh, maybe it's my eyes. Stupid ass gnat. Anyways, so yeah, pretty upset about that. So that was the last item that I have here physically, but this is a brand called Lohas. I remember hauling this for y'all in a vlog, and it sold at Revolve. Me and this buyer went back and forth. I was so irritated with her, because I think I had it priced at $38. I wanted $30 minimum for it, because that's what it sells for, you know, resale amount. So she countered at 20. I countered at 30 again, and then she did 22. I did 30. She did 25. I just declined, because I'm just like, girl, be so fucking for real. But then she came back and did 27, and at that point I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. But I went on and accepted her offer, just because Poshmark had been excruciatingly slow. And this, I think this was like, this is from a Thursday, okay? So this is old as hell. So yeah, I went on and accepted it, because it's like, it's $3 more. It is 10%, but okay. So then the next one is something that I had already sold before. So I picked this up. I think I hauled it for y'all. I showed that it sold for $30. And this is around the time where I said, okay, I gotta fix this, because this is just not gonna work for me. I had just received a message that another buyer is like, hey, you sent me the wrong item. I had already been going back and forth with this buyer, because they sent me a lower offer than I would have liked, but I accepted it because it was a good price point, and sales have been slow. So I am in the midst of photographing it, and I see a little stain on the inside. So I'm like, oh, I'll just stain treat it. Didn't expect it to sell so quickly, but I'm like, whatever. Stain treated it, washed it, stain didn't lift. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna wash it again tomorrow, but I'm actually gonna leave the stain treatment, and I'll put a lot of it on it and let it sit overnight, because the stain treatment that I have now, it's for 10 minutes. So did that. I think it lifted just a teeny tiny bit. So then at that point, I think I was telling y'all in a different video that I kind of had just like a mental breakdown. I called my sister, and I was explaining to her, and I was just like, hey, if I cancel this order, then I, you know, lose out on the money. But if I let the item go and then they say, hey, there's a shit stain in these, like, why would you send me this? This is disgusting. And I was going back and forth, back to what I was saying earlier. I was going back and forth because I'm just kind of like, I'm already dealing with me sending out this person the wrong item. Now I am in a position where I'm either going to send him this shit stain, you know, cycling bid, or I'm going to just cancel the order. Because even though we say that Poshmark don't ding us, I truly believe all the platforms ding us for when we cancel orders, because at the end of the day, it looks bad on eBay, it looks bad on Poshmark, it looks bad on, you know, Mercari. It's not really the seller, it's the platform that I feel like they don't like. So I felt like, you know, I just gotta cancel it. Like, I'd much rather me cancel the order and just be upset with that than me send it out and then he's like, oh my god, you disgusting, you send me shit stained bib, da da da. So I canceled it. I reached out to him and I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry, I found an undisclosed flaw, da da da. He was like, well, what is the flaw? Maybe I can still use it. So then I told him that it's discoloration on the seat. And then he said, well, you can just take $5 off, I'll still buy it. And at that moment, that, mind you, was days later, because I told him what it was and then I didn't respond because I was doing a whole bunch of other shit. So I finally reached back out to him and I was like, hey, sorry about this. And then he was like, hey, I'll actually take it for $5 off. And I'm just like, he is so nice. So I'm like, hey, since I didn't respond for a few days, I'll take $10 off. I sold it for $20 and here we at. I don't have it because it's still at my storage unit. So I gotta go get that. But yeah, so this one sold for $20. I did pay $1.16 for it and it made a profit of $14.84 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this one is a Miracle Suit swim top. What's so funny about this one is I think over the summer when we were transitioning into the fall, I sent out pretty aggressive offers on my summer pieces, or more so swimsuits and bathing suits, and I sent her a $20 offer and she never accepted it. Mind you, this was in like July. So she came back and she asked me, was it still available? I told her yes, and then she bought it outright at $35. And this is Miracle Suit, which is such a great, you know, swimwear brand. I feel like it's getting oversaturated now, so the price that it used to sell for is definitely not going for that anymore. But she bought it for my full asking price, and y'all know that Mercari does not, you know, what do you call it? They don't take seller fees. So I got the whole $35 and I paid $1.21 for it at the outlet, and I made a profit of $33.79 after fees and cost of goods. This is a Chico's jacket. I feel like in a reseller vlog, I said that I was gonna keep this. And then I tried it on and I'm just kind of like, I don't know if this is really my vibe. So I went on and listed it. For some reason, I noticed that I priced this one pretty low, even though this is like a pretty substantial piece. But I went on and I think she sent me an offer. I think I had it priced at $25. I feel like I've placed Chico's in like this category of it's only gonna sell for $20 no matter what it is. So just be okay with making $20 off of Chico's, because it's a bread and butter, because it's like super fucking oversaturated. I just have made myself comfortable with knowing that it's not gonna go for that much. So let's just get it out the door. So this one sold for $20. I did pay $1.40 for it, and I made a profit of $18.60 after fees and cost of goods. Just gotta go to FedEx. All right, and these are a pair of Athleta brown pants. Now I actually picked these up when I went to a buy sell trade store. They were originally for me. I grabbed them for me because I love browns. I love neutral colors, but brown is just the it girl. So picked them up. I actually was able to fit them, but they were a tall and my butt was just slightly too big. So I went on and listed it, and this one sold for $30. I didn't pay, well, I didn't put my cost of goods because it was for me. So this one is a macrame like duster cardigan. I was searching and searching, couldn't find it, so I got to go look for all of these items again. I have moved. I didn't tell y'all because I plan on telling y'all in a vlog, but I have moved out of my storage unit. So I'm just trying to get reacclimated and stuff. So that's why I'm having a hard time finding these, and I was in a time crunch, so whatever I couldn't find I had to leave. But anyways, so this was a really cute top. Of course I picked it up at the bins. I used all the right keywords, and this one sold. I'm sure I could have got a lot more for this, maybe close to 30, but y'all know my business model is value, and it makes more sense for me to flip something for $20 really quickly instead of waiting for $30 for, you know, months to come down the road. But it sold for $20. I paid $1.02 for it, and I made a profit of $18.98 after fees and cost of goods. The next one is a Depop sale. I don't even know why I wasn't able to find this, just because I literally just listed this. This is less than 2 weeks really. But it's just this really cute mesh top. I definitely used a lot of keywords for this because I knew that I needed keywords for this one. I also put it on my mannequin just because I'm like, girl, the girls are gonna love this. But yeah, so this one sold for $33.80. They sent me an offer. I priced this one high because I'm just kind of like, I can tell this one's definitely like a good $30-$35 sale. So I priced it high. They sent me an offer of $33.80. I paid 78 cents for it, and I made a profit of $30.22 after fees and cost of goods. So that was a really, really good, you know, sale. And those are all of my sales for the weekends. Let me know down below how your sales have been. By the time this video goes out, Happy New Year. It's probably well into the new year, but I am still in December. But we are very close to the new year. But I will see y'all on the next one, and please let me know down below, what was one of your favorite sales of 2024? Like, what was the best one that you was just like, oh, I cannot believe I found this, I cannot believe it sold for this amount, like I am in awe. Let me know because I'm nosy. But I will see you on the next one. Bye y'all. This color is so pretty. Like I told you, I love browns, so I wanted to try something different. She definitely gave me like an off the middle part. She parted my hair like 3 different times. So I know that she realized she fucked up. But yeah, I love them. Look how they're really long too. This is a really pretty color. But yeah, I guess if you stayed this long, you probably seeing this. Let me know if you like my hair, because I love it. All right, bye.